The question on everyone's mind: when did the 10th anniversary Part 2 banners drop? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are trying to answer the question on everybody's mind, and that is, when can we expect to be summoning for the Dokkan 10th anniversary Part 2 LRs? That is the Super Gogeta, the Tag Goku and Frieza, and the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Everybody is very excited. We've been waiting patiently for these LRs, and the question is, when are they coming to Dokkan Battle? So we're going to take a look at everything we do know and try to piece together when the most likely time is that they should be dropping. So we're going to go ahead and start with the known, right? The 10th anniversary Dokkan Now Part 2 special is scheduled to air on February 14th, that's this Friday, at 1500 PST. That puts it at, for me, if we head on over to the in-game news, we can see that for me, that'll be at 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So we can go ahead and show you what that's going to look like for the rest of the world. So we go ahead and plug in 3 p.m. here, HST. We have our handy dandy time zone converter. I'll drop the link to this in the description to help you guys out if you don't see your time zone here. So for 3 p.m., this live stream is scheduled to go live for me. Over Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, right, which I think is also the UK, you're looking at a 1 a.m. drop time for this. So a little bit rough there on the Eastern over on Europe. However, if we think back to when Part 1 went live, right, I guess it makes sense to be flipped this time. Now, JST, right, y'all are looking at Saturday, February 15th at 10 a.m. for this live stream. So honestly, not too bad for Saturday morning. But back across the United States, Pacific Standard Time, those of you on California, you're looking at a 5 p.m. time. Not too bad, right? Afternoon, getting home from work, getting home from school, not too bad. Mountain Time, you guys are looking at 6 p.m. Central Time at 7. And of course, for our friends in Florida up to New York on Eastern Standard Time, you guys are looking at 8 p.m. Still not too bad for the U.S. Better than what we had last time, where I think it was like midnight. In Australia, I know I got a bunch of you viewers in Australia here. You guys are looking at 12 noon on Saturday the 15th. In India, you guys are looking at 6:30 a.m. on February 15th. And for our folks in Brazil and Argentina, you guys are looking at 10 p.m. on Friday the 14th. Now, we did have Eastern European time here. It doesn't look like it's loading here. Let's try to refresh the page here. There we go. You guys are looking at 3 a.m. Now, of course, this tool is very easy to use, right? If you don't see your time zone here, all you have to do, plug in the known time, either the 1500 or 1700 PST or the 1500 HST, right? 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. and then plug in your time zone, right? So let's say you are over in Vancouver, British Columbia. You guys are looking in Canada, you guys are looking at 5 p.m. because you guys are on PST. So easy time zone to use. Very, very helpful. And like I said, I will link it in the description. Now, why am I going over the Dokkan Now special? Well, this live stream, just like Part 1, directly correlates to when the banners are going to go live. If we look at Part 1's live stream happened on January 28th at 12 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. The banners then dropped just about 11 hours later at 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Now, I guess technically it's 10, right? Because the live stream was about an hour long, but 11 hours from the start, right? So we can safely assume that we're probably going to be dealing with a similar time frame here, at least to start. All right. If we look at the, where is it? If we look at the Elder Kai banner, unfortunately, Dokkan's gotten smart. They didn't adjust it this time around to show when the Elder Kai banner ends. Rather, they just continued it all the way through to the end of the campaign, and not even given a time like they usually do. So, unfortunately, that is unfortunately not going to be helpful for us. All we know is that the new banner is coming on the 13th at 7 p.m. So not very helpful, because we know the banners are not going to be dropping before the live stream, right? So unfortunately, they've gotten very smart. And the same thing goes for the stone sales here. The stone sales, usually they will tell us exactly when they go away, which helps us kind of figure out when the banners are coming within 24 hours. However, this time they literally just said till mid-February. So Dokkan's kind of caught on to those of us who tend to cover this kinds of things, unfortunately. But there are some things that they could not hide. Now, if we compare to last year, right? Well, actually, hold on. Before we talk about that, the thing that kind of helps us pinpoint where this is going to happen is this right here, the social media campaign. The next social media campaign is set to go live at 7 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on the 15th, right? So approximately, right, what is that? 27 hours later, so almost a whole day later. This is important, right? Because I do think that we might be waiting a little bit longer this time for the banners. Well, one of two things are going to happen. Either it's going to happen very quickly, or we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. And I'll show you what I mean here. So if we head on over to, right, compare it to the part 1, right? The part 1 social media campaign started at the same time, 7 p.m. Pretty much all of these start at 7 p.m. This was, this was approximately, right, 11. So this was noon. About 8 hours prior after the banners dropped. So if we assume something similar, 8 hours prior to that, right? If we look here, 8 hours prior to this, can't hear, so 8 hours prior, 11 a.m. on the 15th, that could work, but that's still over 21. That's still over. That is still almost 24 hours later from the live stream, which is at 3 p.m. on Friday. So it could be, this could be an indicator of when it's happening, right? So, approximately 8 hours before this. Or there's another possibility here. Another possibility, if we look at last year's live stream was 1 a.m. on the 14th, and the banners released, right, on 3 p.m. for the 15th, which this kind of does line up, right? It's a little more, right? So 1 a.m. on the 14th. And so that, oh wow, actually, yeah, that's more than 24 hours. So we could see ourselves waiting a little bit longer before this before this part 2 banners go live. So I would say somewhere between the end of the live stream, so somewhere between that 11 hours from the end of the live stream, which would put us 11 hours would actually put us here. Where are we looking? So 11 hours 11 hours would put us at 2 a.m. on the 15th, right? So 2 a.m. on the 15th would be 11 hours. Or looking more like something like 8 hours prior to that, we could be looking at something more along the same drop time of an 11 a.m. drop time on the 15th, right? So just to adjust that. This probably is the most likely scenario. One other possibility is they just drop it straight when the Dokkan Now finishes. They've done that before in the past, but I don't really see that happening. Nothing seems to suggest that they would do that. All of the events and campaigns and everything started seems to suggest that it will occur after the live stream, not right as it's happening, but I mean, it's going to be exciting nonetheless, right? We will have access to not only all the stones that we've been getting from part 2, but we'll also get access to these rainbow tickets that we can then use. Summon. So those of you who spent a lot of your stones in parts 1, you basically have 500 stones worth of tickets, right? Because you can do 100 of these. You can summon, use 100 summon tickets to get 100 characters. You'll pretty much be able to do 90 once the banners drop, and then you get the last 10 in part 3. So it'll be kind of crazy, kind of fun, exciting stuff. So expect the banners somewhere between 11 a.m. and where did it go here? Somewhere between 11 a.m. and I would say 7 p.m. on Saturday the 15th. Anywhere between there is going to be the likely drop time for the banners if we go, based on last time. Just to go, I don't want to say officially because we won't know till we know, but this is our best guess based on the information we have. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know who will you be summoning for when these banners drop. Again, we have a little bit of a window here, but I think we're pretty spot on when that window is. But let us know who you'll be summoning for when that happens. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.